It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
fists, we fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys. Rise, cutting my size, trying to make sense of it all comprised. Yeah, highs, been in these skies. Never stuck down, feeling paralyzed, but I'm up now. We all too late to fall. Yeah, anyone coming, I'ma lift them all. Never look down when there's risk involved. I got guts, gotta learn, I gotta wish it all. Ain't got no feelings, we just floating. Yeah, I'm that grain of sand that made it out the ocean. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
Rise up. Rise up. We are the apocalypse, and a pill that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the light won't scare us falling. So rise up. I'm too great to be landed. Rise up. Way too great to be standing.
They never gonna stop us. Fly by them like choppers. Better took those risks. Hold one of my fists, we fire starters. Let's go. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always get a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys.
Try your luck and take a chance. Before the risks in this moment, take my hand and break my heart. I'll never walk this road again. Stumbling steps grow to a dance where things change forever. There's no regrets, only the past. Will I change? Never. So swing me around, take me down. You won't break me, I'm too strong. Keep saying it wrong, I'll play along, but I will never be a victim. for disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to...
Yeah. Hello guys, have a very good morning, and I hope every one of you are like fine. And how is your health? Just for a small, I just want to see all your responses. Amal Raj has asked me, what is your name, sir? I am Sai Kiran Sondarkar. I'm a developer. I'm a lead developer at ITM Group of Institutions. At the same time, I do develop a lot of like apps with my whole team. So yep. Now, okay, so how are you all, guys? I just want to see like a lot of responses coming in. Like, how are you all doing today? So, fine, sir. Okay. So, like, like, how are you actually like spending time in this like quarantine? I mean, like, how are you spending time? So, what are you doing? So, are you reading books? Are you doing what? I mean, I just want to know, like, sir, I have said did yesterday's project only 50%, but didn't know how to upload. So for uploading, we have this link which is there in the PPT, or at the same time it is there in the description of YouTube also. Just go and check it there. You will be able to see it. And yes, bored to death. So someone has said this. Samsung has like mentioned it up. Now, yes, by doing assignment, Netflix. Okay, watching movies, work from home, then afterwards workouts, videos, let's upgrade, sleep, great, awesome. So it's just like eat, sleep, rave, repeat, just like Tomorrowland. It is sounding wow. And we are work from home and free time, learn Python. Wow, nice. Sleeping, eating, let's upgrade, sleeping, repeat. Wow, Sanjeeva Badri are mentioning it is up. Chalo. So now, yes, great to have you all again today. Now let me just go and hey, one of them mentioned what PUBG code and PUBG repeat. So that's what is happening for him. And if this goes, like, let us organize an online PUBG event also, right? It will be amazing for every one of you to join PUBG. I love playing like COD. I don't play PUBG that much, but Viral do play it. So 100% we can think about it. And yep. Um, please add assignment 4, 5 and 6 in submission form. Okay, today they will be like what we say, today will be the fourth day. So today is like fourth assignment, like a day 4 assignment will be added in that form, don't worry. So yep guys, again let us start back with our today's whole program that will be lasting for only 1 hour. Why I'm doing only 1 hour sessions? Because many of you guys have wrote me in emails that 2 hours is a little bit lengthy, can you cut it down to 1 hour? And then I went back and I saw the content and I realized, okay, 1.5 hour we can manage. So that's why I'm like only doing max 1.5 hours, so that you guys can get other time to practice rather than listening to me. Okay, previously I was thinking you will practice along with me, but you're not practicing along with me. Many of you are not doing it. So that's why 1.5 hour we will mentioning it up. And now if you want me to open up our curriculum a little bit to see like how are we going and what all we have completed. Okay, if you want to see the status, I will show you, just 1 minute. I'll show you the status where we are standing. So yep, here what it goes like, we are done with course overview, we are done with Python setup, we are done with objects and data structures, we are done with basics, comparison operators and chaining comparison, logical operators, we are done, Python statements, we are done with that, and methods and function, we have completed it. We have completed our one silver project. Then what we say, now we are ahead, now we are actually going to aim for object oriented programming. Then goes up here like modules and packages, error handling, Python decorators and generators. So tomorrow we will be like, tomorrow I'm like asking, hey guys, do you want to have a class tomorrow, or like you want to have a class, what we say, like tomorrow is a Sunday, so you want a 1 day leave to refresh and join us back on like Monday, or like tomorrow you want a class. So what do you say? That just please put it up here in the live chat. So yes or no. So as per you guys, I'll go ahead. I was like thinking like it's a Sunday. Every regular, like usually we give chuttis on Sunday for our classes, but what is up to you? So based upon that, okay, many of you guys are saying leave Monday, leave Monday, Monday. Okay, someone who is my supporter, please say Sunday, right? At least. Okay, Monday. No, one person had said no need. Shubham Kulkarni had said no need holiday. Yes, Monday. Okay, yes. Monday. Okay, fine. So what we will do is like, let us decide it right away, and let us say that okay, fine. So we will do a class on Monday where we'll be covering up these all like 5 sessions, right? So that's what we'll be giving you on the sixth class, which will be happening on Monday rather than Sunday. Okay, clear? We will be like we will be completing the whole program by Tuesday, and Wednesday will be your exam. Remember that Wednesday will be your exam, and each one of you, the people who have submitted their assignments and the people who are marking their attendance, will be shortlisted out of that whole list, which we have like 2,500 registration guys, and based upon that we will be sending you the examination link. By seeing your assignments, we will be sending you the examination link, and it's not an easy process. The people who have completed their assignments, they will only be allowed to get through that examination. Once that examination is done, that examination is going to be very strict. You will be asked to sit on like a webcam and audio, both recorded. At the same time, you have to give us like 50 different questions answer, and based upon that and a little bit of coding snippet you have to write down. Based upon that, you all will be assessed. Okay, so it's like very much secure protector we will be using for like what we say, for making sure that you guys are like not doing any kind of wrong practices. And we have that certification stand, because every one of you are going to get a license certificate which will say that you are like recognized for like 1 year, so 1 year and 2 years down the line for Python. So that's why we have to do this secure base examination, right? So fine. Yes, it's webcam based, so that you guys can't hack it up or like can't crack it up. Fine. So yes, now chalo, let us go ahead and start our class. Let me just close this thing. Yep. Let me just even close this thing, which is not required. Yep, guys, today is day 5, and day 5 is going to be like, yes, yesterday's assignment winner is Nikhil Agrawal. So, Nikhil Agrawal is the person who had got yesterday's like assignment submission very quickly. At the same time, very nice piece of code, and even he was like, I have checked his code personally. That's why Nikhil Agrawal is the winner of like yesterday's assignment. I know like many of you guys have submitted their assignments, but I see there is some kind of like copy cut paste. I see some kind of time it is like repetition of the same assignment you guys are sending it up, because you may be friends and you're like, okay, let me just submit. But Nikhil Agrawal had did it very nicely, so I would like to praise him. And today's like yesterday's assignment submission winner is like Nikhil Agrawal for the silver project. So yep, please mark your attendance on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or community app of Let's Upgrade, which is community.letsupgrade.in. Do it. It's very mandate for you guys to get your attendance. Once you have your attendance, then only we will be able to get you your certifications exam, right? So just go and like do a small post your photograph on Instagram, tag Let's Upgrade, tag LUFCS. You will be able to like get your like examination link only once you have your attendance done. So yep, let us go ahead and see what is the overview of like today's agenda. Today's agenda is more to do with like we have like missed upon map, filter, and lambda functions, right? In our functions, methods and functions, we have missed upon only one point, that is like map, filter, and lambda functions in Python. So we will be like today looking at across in next 10 minutes how to use Python's map, filter, and lambda, right? Every one of you will be like seeing us like right now. What is map? What is filter? What is lambda function inside functions of Python, right? In the meanwhile, I would like to ask you guys one question. Where do you like, what is common in these three? Just go and google out, right? Just go and google out what is map, what is filter, what is lambda function in Python, and just keep it in your comments right now, so even like I can see it, right? Okay, how much you guys know it. Pause the video right now, go google it out, and just come back again and give us the answer, right? Just go google it out and just give us the answer. uh, it's okay. Okay. What we say, sir? I have like the function without name. Okay. Sandhya Vishwam has said that a function without name is like what we say for a lambda function. Okay. So what is map and what is filter? So what are map and filter? Like I just want to know that. What is map? What is filter? I just want to know that. In Python, we use lambda keyword to declare anonymous functions. Okay, that is lambda function. It is fine. Lambda functions are mainly used in combination with function, filter, and reduce. Okay, map, reduce, right? Great, Raj Desai. And we have a lambda operator or lambda function is used for creating small one-time anonymous function objects in Python. Yes, Megha is right. So Shivanjali Shivakumar is saying a lambda operator can have any number of arguments but can have only one expression. It cannot contain statements and return function. Okay, so Nadeem Khan, filter returns only those elements for which function object returns true. Yes, true, Nadeem. Then it goes for like Zalim say map function is used to apply a function on all the elements of a specified iteratable and return map object. So yep, like pretty much of like cool answers. That's what a map and a filter and lambda does. Now let us go quickly and see exploring out right now. Okay, new notebook, and today's notebook will be day 5. So day 5 of like just 1 minute, day 5 of Python FCS, right? So first of all, let us look into what is map, right? So before looking into the map, one thing we require, that is like a function to run this thing. So what we are declaring a function. The first step is to declare a function before using any map. So let us declare a function. Let us declare a function of like cube. What is a what should be this returning? This should be returning like, it should be taking one input that may be like x. What is it? X into x into x, right? So that's what it is returning up. So let us go and run this cube, pass on like what we say 3. It should give us 27. So this function is running fine. That's how we define a like function in what we say our map. Now let us go ahead and complete it. Now let us go ahead and use map. Okay, then okay, before initializing map requires 2 argument. Okay, now how can we see like what requires map? Just after writing map, press shift plus tab. You will be able to see a kind of like a whole doc string. If you can expand it, then it will give you like more detail. Make an iterator that computes the function using arguments for each of the iteratable. Stop when the shortened iteratable is exhausted or like been finished. So what does this whole thing mentions? Okay, this whole thing mentions only one thing. Map takes 2 arguments. One is function name and second one is like a iteratables. For example, for us currently the iteratable can be a list. Okay, so let us define a small list here before using this. LST is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is the list. So we have declared what? We have declared one function and we have declared one like list. So that these two have like we have defined and declared the both of the things. Now let us go and utilize map. So map, first we have to pass on that is like a function name, that is cube, and then we have to pass on the other one, that is a list, iteratables. So once we like run this thing, let us see what is the output. So you are seeing that this is a kind of a memory, which is memory location which is giving. Okay, it is not in the output, it is just only giving us what it is saying, that a map has been successfully processed, but the map is like on the location of this what we say 0x10c5a3050. At this location we are having your map. That's what is my Python is mentioning me right now. But मुझे इसके अलावा, rather than this, if I have to get a list which got executed with the help of map, how can I get it? So I can get it using, I just need to write up here list. I need to typecast. As soon as I do typecast, it will get. So now what is it doing? Let us now again decode it. So this is what a pretty function of like how a map works. So first we have defined a particular function. After defining a particular function, we just have defined one more iteratable, that is a list. Then this is how we actually run map function name then list. And what does it give? It will give us one final list where each element of the list has been went through this function, and whatever the answer is, that's what the answer we are getting it in our final output. So as soon as you pass 2, the answer is 8. Okay, you pass 3, the answer is 27. You pass 4, you get 64. You pass 5, you get 125. You pass 6, you get 216. So that's what pretty much how a map functions. Now let us go. My 3 minutes are done. I have 3 more minutes to explain you filter, then 3 more minutes to complete lambda. So let us now get into filter. Now to define filter is also somewhat similar to like map, but the only difference is filter only returns the value which gives true, right? Filter actually takes the boolean value to takes a function which returns either true or either false, and whichever element of the iteratable is giving us true, that is what a filter will be like giving us back. So now let us see that small example. Let us make a small function for def even odd. Okay, we will take one input, that is x, and let us say return, right? So x %2 double equal to 0. So what this will be doing for us, it will be actually like running us a function even odd. Okay, in this even odd we have to like pass on one number. It will give like false for that particular number, it will give true for a particular like even number. That's what is like our filters like that's what our even odd function is doing. Now let us go and fit this whole thing into filter, filter. Filter, inside filter we have to just give what one is, we have to pass on our function name, that is even odd, and then we have to pass on our list. Let us pass the same list lst, okay, which we are already having in the memory. So as soon as we pass it, again it is giving us a filter is at this location. So how can we get it out of that list, right? So it is only giving me the elements which are even, okay, which is returning me a true value. It is not giving me any element which is giving me false value. So that's how filter works. So now filter is again one inline function where you actually use it for getting all the true values based on some condition, right? So you pass on your iteratable, and wherever that iteratable item is getting a true or a false, a true value, that's what a filter will be returning up to you guys. So I have again completed it in my 3 minutes time. So let us just get us ahead and complete it. What we say, our what next thing is that is lambda, lambda. So let us just copy this whole thing first. Okay, now this is a function, this is how a function is. Now sometimes you guys may think that, okay, sometime when you are programming, okay, sometime when you are actually coding, you may think that, hey boss, my cube function is only going to be used once. Okay, now I don't have to write a whole function for that, because it's only one liner. I don't require any function to be written like this. I just want some solution which can write my whole function in one line and can still be executed. So that's how when we go and use lambda function, lambda is like perfectly for a kind of situation when you use small, like you have to write a small function, okay, like one liner function, but you want to like write it on the go. You don't have to go and declare it back. You're not going to use it again anytime in your program. You're just only going to use it one time. So that kind of situations you will be using lambda. Okay, so now let us go and utilize lambda. So let me just copy paste this whole thing. Okay, so if you have to write the same old function, let me just copy it twice. Okay, so we can compare it. Okay, this is a normal function, but if I have to like do it in one line, I will do it in like this way. Then now here goes like, if I have to like in my lambda, let me just convert this thing whole into lambda. As soon as I have to do lambda, I have to remove def, and I need to place one small thing that is nothing just but remove this cube also, put lam bda lambda, remove this brackets. Okay, remove this written. Okay, now just you have to give us what you have to say is like cube1 is equal to this. Fine, so just that's what we have to do as soon as we do this thing. So if you run cube1 and you pass on a particular like number, it will give you the same output. But see the way we have changed it from this to this. This is one line function, okay, where one argument is there and one return is there, and we have changed this whole cube into cube1 function, and we have assigned it to this, and that's how it works. Clear? Pretty much clear. That's how we convert a particular like function which is one liner and which is like on the go. You are using it and you will be not using it anytime again like sometime. So that's why. Now let us combine this feature with map. I have again completed it in 3 minutes explaining you guys lambda. I'll take up the question. Please hold on to your questions. I'll be asking you questions, like whatever your questions are, I'll be answering that. And now let us go and do this one. What we say, let us combine map and lambda together. So what is that we were doing with the map here? We were actually like doing with the map is like list map cube and list. Instead of cube, let me write down my whole lambda function here, lambda lambda x into x into x, right, small x. So what happens is like I just need to do this. So you are getting it. So rather than like calling out a whole function, I've just called a lambda, right? Lambda is an inline function. Okay, this map has executed the function on this particular list and it is giving me an output. So that's how it works. Now let us combine what we say. Let us convert this whole like a filter also in using via lambda. Instead of odd, let me say that lambda lambda x, okay, where x %2 is equal to 0. Then it will be returning true or either false based upon the x. Now just I have to run this thing. You are seeing the same output what we got for this, that is this function. We are getting it out for this lambda also. So that's how a lambda and a filter works. So you use map and filter and lambda, map, filter, lambda for doing one-liner inline functions, executions and filtering purposes. So that's how you actually make it work. So I hope that you guys have understood the concept of map, filter and lambda. Just put me up all your questions. I'll be answering them one by one, like whatever it is. If I'm not able to answer you guys, just go to community.letsupgrade.in. There I'll be like answering you guys all the question, or else there are many community members there who are readily answering it. So yep. Azil RC is saying that please do silver project. Yesterday night 8 p.m. one video was posted for the same silver project. Please go and refer it in the same YouTube channel. What is map? Explain again. Okay, so Dipen Shah is asking that what is map? Explain again. Map is nothing. Okay, you may be thinking it may be too much for you guys to digest, but yep, it's very easy. Map is something. Okay, so to make it in a smaller Hindi, okay, Hindi version, map एक ऐसा चीज़ है जो क्या करता है, तुम्हारा एक लिस्ट है तुम्हारा, ठीक है, एंड एक फंक्शन है, दोनों को एग्जीक्यूट करके एक आउटपुट लाना है एक लाइन में. If at all you have to do this, if you don't have any map kind of function, and if I have to use, if I have to get the same output, then what I have to do, I have to go and run a for loop, and I don't want to run any for loop. I don't want to run any for loop for filter. I don't have to run any loops. I just need to get an output based upon some one keyword which is by default defined. So instead of running a whole for loop and extending my piece of code for more 3-4 lines, what I'll do, I'll just call map. Okay, so what map does, map will actually take each one of the item from the list, the iteratables, and pass it to your function. You are just passing on your function name here and get the output in a particular list, because we have typecasted this to list. So that's how actually map works. Okay, so next question is, no, we don't that. Ashish P is saying, yesterday itself in my video, like what we say, yesterday's class itself, we have mentioned it very clearly that 8 p.m. yesterday the video will be released. So it is released. Just go and please check that thing. We have not sent any specific mail for that. So can I use map with input? So yep, I mean, you can take the inputs previously itself and then use a map to execute it on a particular function. You can do that way. Next question goes is repeat lambda concept. Okay, lambda is nothing just but if you have to what we say, if you have to like convert, okay, if you have to convert one liner functions to a literally one line kind of thing, where what happens is this function is not going to be used at any point of time. अगर हिंदी में if I have to say this, तुम्हें पता है कि तुम्हारा फंक्शन आगे कहीं प्रोग्राम में यूज नहीं होगा, ओके, एंड यू जस्ट आर राइटिंग दैट फंक्शन फॉर ओनली वन टाइम एंड उस फंक्शन में बस एक लाइन का ही काम है. तो उस जगह पे रादर देन राइटिंग अ फंक्शन, ओके, उसकी जगह पे फंक्शन लिखने के अलावा यू विल थिंक ऑफ राइटिंग अ लैम्डा, okay, lambda function. A lambda functions gives you the same feature, that is like it's anonymously you can write down a function, okay, where you don't have to mention any name, but you can assign a lambda function to a key variable which will be taking up that name, and lambda in like what is it, in like argument, in argument, and whatever execution you have to do, and it will return it up. So rather than writing it like this way, you can write it in this way for making sure that your code compatibility is small and you are like writing down these functions for in small purposes, right? You don't have to like elongate your piece of code for where you can use these small things, and it's a good practice to use them all. That's what. Is it time complexity of map is faster than of loop? Like see, map also utilizes the what we say loops only, so it will be not be like so different and all. It will be somewhat similar, and it is similar to arrow function in JavaScript. Yes. Sir, can we have iteratables or only allow list is allowed? No, you can have iteratables, you can have set, you can have tuple, you can have string, you can have like what is a dictionary, you can have anything in this, and for like making sure that everyone understand it easily, lists are very easy to understand. That's why I have like demonstrated this thing here. Okay, so can we move ahead out of this, and whatever your questions are posted on like letsupgrade.in what we say community.letsupgrade.in, there we will be answering it up. So can we move ahead, guys? Yes or no? We have to go and complete in next 1 hour max, we have to complete all the object oriented programming in Python. So Shantanu Kadam is saying that it is saying indentation error, how to solve this. Okay, so yep, we can solve indentation error. Just go and like I need to see your code for seeing that thing. So send me that on community.letsupgrade.in, take a snapshot and send me there. We'll be like rectifying that. So after the class. Okay, so let us go ahead, because I can see like yes. I need more yes here. Why this much only limited yes are there? Just keep out like a lot of like yes there and show your all the energy which you guys are having and you want to shout right now. Okay, just shout there yes. Okay, whether this lambda function, filter and map are unique to Python? Yes, I have like what we say used this in Python. This is a feature of Python which I have used it in Python. I have not used it anywhere in any other programming languages as of right now. But yep, going forward we can obviously get this. I'll be like letting you know like where all we can use it and which all different functions. But yep, currently we use it in like Python only. Yep. So let us go ahead and Yes, you can submit yesterday's project today, but one thing, please make sure, guys, until unless you don't submit your assignments, we are not going to send you that examination link. And then don't complain us that, hey, I have not got eligible for the exam. For being eligible for the exam, you need to mark your attendance via social media and community.letsupgrade.in, any either of them, and at the same time submit your assignments regularly, right? So yep, let us go ahead and now start with ops, like that is like oops, uh, object oriented programming. So what is object oriented programming? I need the answers right now. Just get me what is object oriented programming. So can you just please get me the answers? What are the object oriented programming? What is object oriented programming? Yeah, I need to know that. What is object oriented programming? What is object oriented programming? In OOPS, programs are divided into objects known as entities. It follows bottom-up approach, emphasizes is on like data rather than procedure. Okay, so that's what is Austin Moon is mentioning it up. G.R. Sudha Sharma Bharadwaj is saying the concept of OOPS is like a Python focuses on creating reusable code. The concept is known as DRIDE, don't repeat yourself, and as a process of using details for some new class without modifying existing class. Okay, so unlike functional programming, we create and use objects. Now, Varun Desai is mentioning it up. Object-oriented programming is a way of writing computer programs which is using the idea of objects to represent data and methods. Now, I have always mentioned you guys go and Google, but I've never shown you guys how do I Google. Okay, whenever I need to learn some new topic, how do I Google? I've never mentioned it up. So let us go and Google out like object-oriented programming, and let us show that how real-world programming actually, like how real-world you learn a programming language. So OOPS in Python. So just mention it up. So what I'll do is like I'll go to some best what we say a kind of like I love Geek for Geeks because even when I was in college, I used to like use Geek for Geeks a lot. So object oriented programming in Python, set 1, class, object and members. So this is how, see, like this is how they actually give you very simple piece of code to understand, and here they are mentioning it up. As we can see, we can create new class using class statement and a name of the class, and is followed by indentated block, the self. It is giving you everything in detail. The init method, which is going to be constructor kind of thing. So how to use init method, what is self. Self is just like this, and what we say kind of asterisk pointer in C++, this in what we say Java and JavaScript, and that's how. So class and instance variable or attributes, how do we define and declare attributes? That's what we guys are seeing here right now. So this is how actually we can define a class variable, and at the same time this is how we can I think they have not yet mentioned up a kind of function. So yep, this is how you can mention a method. Okay, add in like what we say method into this. So yeah, pretty much guys, this is what this whole thing is. Apart from that, nothing else. So we will be like learning these all steps one by one. So that's the same thing which I have mentioned in my PPT also. So you can just go and see my presentation up there. So yeah, so combining all your answers, right, combining every one of your answer. So yeah, what is object-oriented programming? In real world, everything is object. Okay, but in computer language everything was procedural, line by line, line by line, line by line, and starting from the very base, very core I'm starting. So what happened is, like in real world everything is based out of objects. Even this light which is in front of me is an object, even this webcam which is in front of me is an object, even this sanitizer is a like what we say object, even what we say a teacup or like this cough silks is like a kind of object. So everything is object which is having some or other properties associated with them. So for example, this hand sanitizer is having some kind of like properties inside it. The same way the fan which is up there rotating right now, the AC in front of me, everyone have some properties. So we like a programmers thought that time, I don't know who exactly got in object-oriented programming, but object-oriented programming started in C++. So what happened there, we thought of like, okay, let us define objects rather than like simply like doing functions, and let us make sure the whole piece of code is aligning together. Okay, so whatever object is, whatever the like program related to one object stays together in one kind of capsule, and we give it like whenever we use it whenever we want. So that's how like object oriented programming started up. This is the base theory which I have said you. Now to see what we say in what is written here, recall that after defining a string, list or dictionary, there were some kind of like methods you are able to call. These methods are method names. Okay, so now let us go and see. These methods act as function which use information about the object as well as the object itself to return result or change the current object. So that's what it is. Okay, how do a list? So if we see for example, okay, just 1 minute. So if we see for example, right, so here we have a list, right, we have a list, and afterwards you are able to actually do this. Okay, if I have to run this, after running this, if I have to run this, you're able to see that we are having so many of the different functions or the by default methods which are. So what is the difference between method and a function? A method is which is a part of like a class or a like object, that is what is known as a method. A function which is like kind of out of the object which you guys can type in directly and use it, that's what is a function. So that's what is a basic difference, nothing else apart from it. So now these are the what we say methods which are being provided by Python by default. For example, if I have to use this count and give them like what we say 2, so it is giving me an output that okay 2 is appearing up for one time. And if you want to see all the object, if you want to see what type a object is, so as you guys have like already seen it in the videos that type is a like a kind of function which gives us what type a particular object is. It gives the type of the object. So for example, first one it was a list, second it was a integer, third it was a float, string, boolean, tuple, dictionary, set, as per these all. So that's how you can check what type a particular object is. Now going forward, let us create a small kind of a what we say a class on our own. Before starting it, let us go back and let us continue with the flow. Yep. So OOP allows user to create their own objects. Okay, object-oriented programming allows us to create our own objects, and the general format is often confusing when first encountered, and its usefulness may not be completely clear at first. It is clearly mentioned up here that see boss, if you are new to object-oriented programming, you may see that shit man, what is this? I'm not able to understand. ये क्या बकवास कर रहा है साई? What is this Sai saying? Is Sai saying like what solangada? Like that's what you will be like questioning up right now. Sai ఏం చెప్తున్నాడు? So that's what you may be questioning up right now to me after going to this object-oriented programming if you're new to programming. But trust me guys, OOP is going to be your best friend after this class. Okay, literally it's going to be your best friend once you start your assignments and practice. Okay, stick with that. Chalo. In general, OOP allows us to create code that is repeatable and organized. Okay, in general, okay, so OOP allows us to create code that is repeatable and organized. So right, that's what it is. We take the organized code to one another level, and the code repeatability which we were tackling using functions, we take it to another level using of OOP, right? So now for much higher larger scripts of Python code, functions by themselves aren't enough for organizations and repeatability. So commonly repeated tasks and objects can be defined with OOP to create code that is more usable. Let's check out the syntax here. Okay, so someone has Urvashi has just mentioned up what is a class and what is a object. So a basic difference between a class and an object is class is a kind of frame, you are making it up. Okay, it's a kind of a frame which we will be making right now. Okay, but a object is a derived. Okay, for example, we declare a list variable. Okay, list is itself a class which is there inside Python, but LST which we have defined for using our like list, that is an object of that particular class. Okay, so a particular instance of a class is known as what we say object. Okay, particular instance of a class is known as object. So to take up what we say another Yes, I know Telugu. Manoj Akhil is asking me. I know Telugu very well. So now, sir, how is your assignment and attendance has reached you? Okay, no, okay, so no, nothing to do with like OOP kind of questions right now. So let us go ahead and see uh, the syntax. So the syntax of what class in Python is this, right? So this is what a syntax of class in Python. So we use the keyword known as class, class, name of the class, and this we use the same parenthesis and a colon to start. Then once we start the whole stuff, we have def, then init. So a double underscore init. Now you guys may be knowing there is a constructor. Now what is constructor, we will see that. Okay, don't worry for the people who don't know what is constructor. So yes, this is the piece of code to initialize the constructor. And self is something like what we say this. Now the people who don't know this, we will see that once we start coding, and we will like see this thing what is happening here. Param1 param2 self dot param1 is equal to param1, self dot param2 is equal to param2. Here we should be having what we say our param declared, or else it will crash up right now. So def some method self and perform some action. Let us copy this whole thing, okay, and let us take it to our fresh notebook. Okay, before starting this whole coding, so I've already have this like already written a piece of code in this, so which will be covering up till here. Okay, so till here we'll be like doing it right now, and we'll be understanding it very much nicely. So what is that happening? So yep, so first thing is like creating our class dummy. So let us class in Python. Remember guys, class keyword is starting from C smaller. Okay, don't start it from like big and all. So this is what we have copied it from the piece of like our PPT, but it was just for our reference, nothing else. Seeing this thing, we will if we even run this thing, it will give us like a lot of errors. So I don't want to run this thing. So I just want to keep it for our reference purpose. So let it be like just like this. Okay, so now we have to declare a sample class. Okay, sample class is like class class, and you have to give the name of the class. So let me just pick one person's name, that is Vipin, Vipin, Vipin. The class name is Vipin. Then afterwards what we say, we have to put up our like semicolons. And yesterday we were like mentioning it up, right? What does pass do? Pass, what is pass for? Why pass we use? So pass is something we use for like placing the piece of code. If we don't write it, I don't want to write anything, I just wanted to show you that how a class variable is declared, I mean a keyword is being used, how do we define a person, what we say function, like a class name, and then what will happen. So that's it. Now if I don't want to do anything, it will crash in unexpected end of file while parsing. Okay, so for to like catch this whole error, you use pass, right? So you use pass for this whole like when you don't have to do anything, but still like you want to, like for me, for to explain you, I don't want to write it there anything. So for me, just I have kept pass there so that it can run successfully. So I can just go and what define a weapon as a particular like what a kind of like let us say v is equal to vipin weapon. So yep, so as soon as I have done v is equal to weapon, so if I go and see type v, it is showing me it is weapon. So you guys have got it. So that's how we call a particular class and assign. That's how, even if you call it like list, so if you do v is equal to, now you are seeing it's a list, but if you call like v is equal to weapon, right, weapon is our class name, so that's what it is going to be, right? Clear? So that's how you declare a sample class. Very simple. Now we have to continue further, just to explain you guys like till now, that's how we do it till now. So now let us go as per the flow here. Now let us define a particular class for some kind of, like I have defined it for like an animal, that is tiger, but let us define it for like cars. Okay, how many, like for what we should be defining what we say for what. Yep, I mean Habib Sheikh has just mentioned it up. Is pass is a empty statement? Yes, it is an empty statement. It has nothing. It has like null value. Okay, so yep. Okay, Alan K. Sira created OOP in 1967. Wow, great. So that's what Austin has just kept an answer that who had created a particular OOP in 1967. That's great, awesome. Can you explain init and self? Yes, I'll be explaining you init and self. Don't worry, guys. Don't rush up right now. We'll go very easily, smoothly. Some people may think that I'm going very fast. Some people may think that I'm going very slow. But I know that not going to miss any topic for you guys to understand, right? So yep, let us go ahead and just 1 minute, let me have some water. My throat is drying. At the same time, I would like to recommend every one of you, just please have lot of water daily, please. Even if you are having any kind of throat dryness and something, please do have. And I want each one of the person who is like attending this class to be healthy and safe first. So please do have lot of water. Yep. So let us go ahead and see. Here we have defined a particular tiger as a particular class. Now let us go and define car. Okay, car is an object. Many of you may be owning it, but okay, cycle. Let us define cycle. Okay, cycle, because I own a cycle and every one of you may be owning a cycle, or like at least might have owned a cycle any point of time in your life. So let us relate our whole thing to a cycle and just go ahead. CYCLE, cycle class, right? So class, now here we have to define CYCLE, cycle. Okay, so now in that cycle, what else we will be defining? So let us go back to our PPT, and we will be seeing like to define a particular constructor, that is under double underscore in it, we'll be using this piece of code. So let us come back here, and even to see us like our other piece of code, what we have done here. So def int, like a double underscore int, we have used here like breed, but we will be using it like self. Okay, so what we will be using is simple cycle. Inside cycle, let me just write def. Okay, def double underscore init double underscore. Now here we go up with this whole stuff. Yeah, even here we have it for the reference purpose, right? So inside this self, now if we have any kind of parameter, so let us now define some kind of like attribute. Okay, although I'm rushing it out very fastly, but don't worry. Name of the cycle, name is equal to like something. I just made it empty, so here like name one. Okay, so now what is self dot name is equal to like name one. So that's what it is doing. And apart from that, anything else, should I be mentioning it up here? Anything else? I don't think so. Like name is done. So as per this example also, yes, nothing has to be done right now, anything as part of it. So even if you don't, just like that, okay, done, clear. So if I have to just go and write, like use this whole code right now, so what I'll be doing is C is equal to CYCL, like what we say, atlas, ALTS, atlas is equal to cycle. Inside cycle, this one takes one attribute, that is a name. So I just need to pass out a name, that is name of my atlas cycle is can you just name one cycle? Firefox. Okay, Firefox. I have one Madrock, okay, mountain bike. So it's a cycle, very nice one. So I'll be like utilizing that name also very soon. 8AL atlas. Okay, so atlas dot, as soon as you do like press tab, okay, press tab, that is name, and you just what we say click shift enter, you'll be able to see what is the name you have declared to this particular class. Clear? Firefox. And this is how it works. Clear? So now what is happening here? Now what is this in init does? Okay, so init is something which is like a constructor. Now what is a constructor for a particular class? It is like by default, as soon as you call your function, okay, as soon as you call your like class object, okay, as soon as you declare a particular object, okay, what is object? Object is nothing just but an instance of a class. Okay, as soon as you declare an object, so you have to by default give some values. even if you don't want to give some values, but sometimes it may require to give you some values. But if you don't want to give values, just we will do it also, that case also we'll cover it. If you don't have any like by default values, let us like for example remove this, okay, self, and then afterwards let us keep it here by default madrock. Okay, I have to run this. It will not take any kind of like input, and as soon as I do, like madrock will be there. So any, now for example, even I do like mountain 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 bike something is equal to what we say our cycle cycle. So my mountain bike dot name will give me madrock. So for everyone they will give me madrock. Even if I don't have any param to pass, it will just take it like this. But if I have some param to pass, it will take just like this. Even you can name the same name. Okay, so to differentiate this from this, we actually like just like think like we have this name as a global variable inside a class, and the self is equal to this particular class name. Okay, this particular class name actually has to be assigned a name here is this local one. So every function has one like by default value local name, and like by default we are passing out one local name. At the same time, to assign this thing into a global name, we use self, right? Clear for the instance. So yep, we have done just 1 minute guys. So we have to pass on here a name that may be like what we say Firefox, right? So Firefox it is, and here we have to put down our name as like madrock. And even you can give some by default values if you don't have any kind of like default value here. Let us check that. Can I pass on some default madrock here? If I don't have any by default values, for example, can we still do it? Okay, I just need to run this piece of code. It will give me Firefox, but this will give me madrock. You got it? So what is happening here? I have some by default argument also to capture if I don't pass on any values here. But by default, if I don't have this, I need to pass on a name that is going to be Firefox. And if I don't do it this way, my this cycle which don't have any argument will crash. Okay, so for handling this, we need this kind of code to be written. Clear? So that's how now you got it. What does actually init does? Init actually been called as soon as you call your object for the first, declare your object for the very first time. Okay, so that's what it does. Now until here, anyone has any question, please put it in the chat. I'll be like very happy to answer that, because I want every one of you to be with me. Okay, so self differentiate local from global value for the function. Yes, Narendra Kumar Chaudhary is saying it right. Sir, can you afterwards please show how to submit a program done in PyCharm? Yes, for sure we can. I'll show you that thing also. Let me I was keeping this thing for the day 6, how to write your code in like Sublime or VS Code or something and run that thing. I was keeping it for day 6, but okay, let us see like how we can go about it. What is atlas? Atlas is nothing just but a variable, just like how we used to define a list, right? So how we used to define a list here. So list is a variable where you are actually giving a list kind of like object. Okay, so that's how, I mean, you are defining here. Atlas is a variable name where you are assigning cycle as a class to make Atlas a class cycle object. Okay, to make Atlas a cycle object, we are utilizing class class that cycle that is like Atlas is a variable which is getting converted into an object for the like class cycle. Clear? It's very complicated to say it in the very once go. Vinay Singh is saying that please like repeat again, teach me again. Okay, so if self, yes, GR Sudhavan Sharma Bardwaj is saying that is self same as this in Java. Yes, it is same, both are same. I'll repeat one more time, don't worry guys, I'll repeat it so that you guys can understand. This time let me repeat it in like Hindi and local languages so that you guys can get connected to it very nicely. Okay, so when we use when we use object-oriented program, yeah, so this question is like very much valid, like when we use object-oriented programming. Just let me answer you. we use object oriented programming for actually like coding and just like wherever you want to utilize, like for example a bank. ओके, लेट अस टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ अ बैंक. एक बैंक का एग्जांपल ले रहा है, ठीक है. बैंक फॉर कोडिंग अ फुल सॉफ्टवेयर फॉर अ बैंक, you will be not writing that in like functions. Okay, if there every entity means like a human bank account, like bank itself is one entity, customer is another entity, right? A bank's managing staff is another entity. So they may be having a centralized database, but they will make sure that which kind of like entity is having how much access. To define that accesses and all, also we will be using code like object. Okay, object oriented programming, which is like based out of class, where we'll be using what, we will be using it for like most of the kind, where we know that okay, different kind of entities are there for different kind of like which has different kind of roles, but for making sure that okay, this entity's access for the database may be only this much, this entity's operational access may be only this much. So to make sure that differentiation, we usually define objects. Okay, that's one live example which I gave. Okay, Ravi Kumar has asked like, is encryption used in this? No, encryption is not used in this. Define init in any class. Yes, you can define init in any class by default. If you don't define it, it will by default like has its own what we say on its own, it will write like what we say init class, but in that init class you will be not be able to access things. Okay, so that's what it happens by default. It will, if you don't write this init class, still what we say, it will take up it will run. Okay, but it will have by default its own init class where it will be calling. Even if you call like name, you will be seeing it like, for example, like let me run this. Okay, name as null. Okay, so here it was like null, that's why. So yep, you have to make sure you have to write a init class for accessing things, clean and clear. So yep, now self refers. Can you explain init function again? Okay, so I'll start explaining from the classes itself in Hindi. एक क्लास कुछ नहीं है, एक क्या बोलते हैं कि व्हाट वी से एंटिटी मतलब एक फॉर एग्जांपल एक ऑब्जेक्ट, कोई सा भी ऑब्जेक्ट ले लो. मेरे सामने एक लाइट रखा है, ठीक है. ये लाइट के अंदर क्या क्या, फॉर एग्जांपल लाइट छोड़ दो यार, ये सैनिटाइजर, ठीक है. ये सैनिटाइजर रखा है मेरे पास. अब ये सैनिटाइजर का क्या क्या प्रॉपर्टीज़ है, सैनिटाइजर का बॉटल का क्या प्रॉपर्टीज़ है, कैप है कितने बाय कितने सेंटीमीटर का, इसका कैपेसिटी कितना है बॉटल का, ये कितने दिन पुराना है, ये 100 ml का बॉटल है, ये कितने दिन पुराना है, ये कब मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ था, एंड इसके अंदर अभी फ़िलहाल में कितना क्वांटिटी बचा है. तो दीज ऑल थिंग्स. Okay, if in like English the same thing, if I have to like mention out, this is a sanitizer bottle which contains sanitizer in it. It has 100 ml of sanitizer, it has a white cap, it has a like capacity of 100 ml, when it was created, so when, who created it, and what is the expiry date, how much, what is the quantity right now in it. So if I have to check this all things in a program, like in human language, we identify these all properties by seeing this sanitizer box, right? There may be hundreds of sanitizer boxes in the whole world, right? But we actually see is one of the instance of that sanitizer box, which is like a bottle which is in front of me. The same way it goes for like programming. The same way, if in Telugu ఇది ఒక శానిటైజర్ బాటిల్, ఈ శానిటైజర్ బాటిల్లో ఇప్పుడు ఎంత ఉంది, ఏ కెపాసిటీ, లైక్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద కలర్ ఆఫ్ బాటిల్, లైక్ క్యాప్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ బాటిల్, లైక్ బై వెన్ ఇట్ విల్ గెట్ ఎక్స్పైర్డ్, అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, దీస్ ఆల్ డీటెయిల్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ associated with this bottle. But the same way in programming language, we define it if we have to make entities mean like different groups. Okay, different groups. Different groups are something like that. For example, you are students, you are a different group, you have access to my PPT to only see that. Okay, I am a different group, I'm here as an instructor, I have the access to the same PPT but as an editor. So these are the two different like roles which happen. So how can we manage these kind of roles in real time dynamically in programming language? That's what when we use object oriented programming, where we will be like giving special accesses to special entities based upon their roles. Okay, to emit the real world roles a particular person is playing in real world, how can we emit that in a programming language? So to emit that programming in the same thing into a programming language, we use object oriented programming, where each object is having some or other role associated with it, and as a programmer we need to make sure that we handle that all roles and responsibilities of that particular object, including the properties of that object. I hope that I have made it to you guys very clearly. If it is not yet clear, I'll send you few resources over community.letsupgrade.in. Just come and ask me question, and I will be very happy to announce. Yes, and I would like to take the same opportunity right now to announce that top 50 selected guys who have performed amazingly in this whole program will be getting one-on-one mentorship from me, from Hasik Setti, from Dr. Prashant Shahu, from like Dr. Dinesh Babu, and these all people. You all will be getting mentored for your piece of code. How can you go about in your like future? So top 50 guys who are performing great, they will be, and the people who are not performing great, they will get mentored by me, Sai Kiran, one-on-one. I'll be like having five guys in one video call, and we will set up a mentoring session for you all, so that I can also meet each one of you, because I want to meet each one of you. So it may be a kind of tiring like case and all, but I'll roll out a Google form where you can register yourself for a mentoring session, and you will be meeting me one-on-one, and we will interact upon your projects, you are learning what were your like problems, and how can we deliver you more things. So that we will be doing. Okay, so you can expect that Google form today or tomorrow in your mails. Okay, so or else like before we complete this thing, I'll ask Viral to create a Google form where you can just go and register yourself for the mentoring session one-on-one. Every one of you will be getting mentoring session, but the top 50 will be getting it with some instructors, and but every one of you will be getting a mentorship from me at least. Okay, so 100%. So let me just like ask Viral. Viral, can you create a Google form? Okay. Yes. Okay, and just give me a bit.ly link so that I can give to every one of you to fill it up. Okay guys, so now let us resume back. So yep, we are done with this. Let us go back to our PPT, or let us go back to this code, so understand that where we are, because I talk a lot and you guys make me like forget where we are. So yep, Tiger, this is this was the piece of code which we have done. So yep, yes, methods in class. So now let us define a method in a particular class. So this is what it is here. Here too, no, here it is like simply saying how to. Now let us start defining methods in a class. So how can we define methods in class? To show you a small example of it. So this is how I write a particular method in a class. That is class circle, where pi is have global variable which will be used in it, where you have like by default radius is equal to 1, self dot radius is equal to radius, self dot area is equal to radius into circle dot pi, which is like this only value, and get circumference is our method, set radius is another method. So yep, so that's what is the whole how can we declare methods. Let me just declare a similar kind of method for us here in this program. So help me guys. Okay, so yep, 100%, like what can be, what is the object which we can create which can have methods? Think about it. What can be a kind of like just send me like what is the thing which you want. What is the object which we can create? I just need some ideas. I don't want to go with circle and all. If you want to go with like, if you want to ask me to like go with square, I'll go with square, but I don't want to go with square. Bank is your like what we say, bank is your like assignment today, so it is already there in your assignment. If you see your assignment, today's like assignment is this, where you all have to create like one object oriented program for this. Cell phone is another one more like method. Okay, student info and rest. Say something like crazy, right? Say something crazy, so that we all are rowdies here. We are not like traditional classroom guys. Okay, every one of you is a backbencher here. sitting at your own home, on your bed, on your table, on your something. We all rowdies are trying to do something that is with the Python. So remember that and send me something, right? I love to make the class interactive here, but you guys are like not being interactive. I want every one of you to write something or other. Even if you have a small centimeter doubt in the things, put it in the live chat. Even if I'm not able to do it right now here, put it in the letsupgrade.community.in. I want maximum interactivity so that every one of you can understand what is happening. Right? So yes, please put up your all the comments in there. Just will have to create like one. Yep. So okay, Corona, PUBG, school, student name, what we say, Bollywood and actors. Okay, I like this one, Bollywood and actors. Like, let us take one small example for movies. Okay, let us create a small, what we say, class for movies. Class, okay, always in like CLASS, class, cartoons. I love cartoons. And okay, school, employ, football, corona, Indian. No, I don't want to go to politics. So who is that? Aston Moon is saying politics. I don't want. Donald Trump. No, we can't create it. Sorry. Don't make it like politicalize this issue. We are in the students. We are students. Okay. So class. Let us do that Bollywood one. I liked it. So Bollywood, like, let us do movies. Okay. So movies. So by default, what all variables can be there for movies? By default, let us take box release date, RELEA, release date. Okay, so release date can be 1 is equal to blank. Even if you don't want to put this thing blank right now, I'll show you like how, like why I'm writing it right now. You'll understand. Release date. I don't want to write anything regarding corona because corona had made our life so tough. So I don't want to mention corona again because you guys are like here to get out of that corona shit. So yeah, 100%. Release date can be one attribute. So what all attributes can be there in a movie? Just put it there in the comments, right? I'm seeing you guys. So what all things we can put it in a movie? So yep, please put up all the things whichever we can do it in movie. So right. Hey, I lost you guys. So yep. So where you are, actors, right? 100% ACTORS, actors is equal to something, right? And then director is equal to, right, this. Now next is like what, producer. Okay, PRODUC, yeah, producers is equal to this. Okay, now next is like genre. Okay, genre is there, but I don't want to write IMBD rating. Okay, IMBD rating is equal to something. And then we have budget. Yes, BUDGET, budget can be like 1. Then we have songs. Okay, chalo, these are pretty much okay for us to start programming. So now first of all we have to define a init class, double underscore init double underscore. Then afterwards you have to give us this, what we say, the same way how we have done it here, self, then name and all. So you can give self. Okay, first you have to put self. Now what is self you will understand, don't worry. Name first we have to get, not name, sorry, that is like what, are movie name we have mentioned, sorry, we have like forgot to put the movie name, right? So yes, what we say, movie name. Then afterwards we have like release date. Okay, we have ACTORS, actors. Okay, then we have like what we say, directors. Then after we have like producers. Then we have IMBD, what we say, like this thing. Then we have finally, that is, what was that, budget. Clear? Hey, where it went on. So sorry guys, let me just zoom out a little bit so that this code can fit in. I think still you can see my screen, yes or no? I think you can see my screen, right? Okay, So I just need to put a colon there, and as soon as I put a colon there, so whatever is my self dot, again I just need to put up my movie name and all variables. Movie name is equal to movi movie name. Okay, this is going to take us a tiring process, but yep, actors is equal to like actors, then director, like self dot directors is equal to directors. Okay, and producers. Yep, I just want you guys also to like do one small thing, right? I just want you guys also to do a small thing, that is like, can you just go and put a topic? Okay, so this is like out of the class thing which we are doing. Can you just go and put up a topic which you guys want to learn from me? Okay, if I say that I can teach you anything what you want to learn from me, okay, regarding programming, if I can't teach you, then I will get someone who can teach you. Then 100% like who will be the, like what will be the topics? I just want to know that. Okay, just go and put it in the comments right now. So what else, like how can we take this community movement, because I know that each one of you are loving these sessions and want this thing to continue, even if after what we say, getting this like little bit speed breaker of like corona. So we are there out of like Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, and we are also coming up in Raipur, Baroda, and Rajasthan, that is Jaipur. And so these all locations we are coming up. So 100% which all topics you want us to take. And yes, we are already entering into Hyderabad. Okay, so there is co-working space, we are coming up there in Hyderabad. So yep, just please put up your all the things, whatever it is like you want to learn, please put up. So even I'll ask Viral to save the chat here, so I can understand that okay, what is that one thing you all want to learn from me, right? Or like from Let's Upgrade, right? So yep, let us go and now declare. We have done declaring with what we say, the constructor. Now we have to go ahead and we have to declare methods. Okay, so now what can be the method for this whole what we say, the like movie kind of thing? So get basic details, like basic details can be one, and here you have like self. Okay, so I don't mess it up. So what works for me, I'm just seeing it every point of time. So even yesterday, like we wasted like some 10 minutes of time. It is good to like refer from somewhere rather than writing it on my own and then I'm saying, hey shit, I did some mistake and making you guys wait. So yes, so return, what all we want you guys to return is, so you know that like what we say, return only returns only one thing. So I just need to convert everything into, for example, a kind of keyword based thing. So it can be like movie name. So this will be the basic detail for any one of us to like understand, that is like movie name. Then afterwards goes like I will just take like the basic details, IMBD rating and these two, that's it, and nothing else apart from it. You can play with this afterwards. Okay, self dot, because we have other stuff also to complete today. So now we are done with this. Now like we have to see get the budget. Okay, for example, this is your another one more get the budget, return okay, self dot budget, right? So now here goes, for example, set actors. If I have to say that df set actors actors, you just have to say that self. Okay, let me see that if I'm not doing anything wrong. Yes, set radius, that's the way we do it. So yep, set radius, you need to like pass on few arguments. Like for radius we were like taking it up, now we have to take it here like actors. Now actors can be one list, right? So you have to pass on one list, retur in written, and self no, not written, sorry. So you have to make it like self dot actors is equal to actors, that's it. And it can be a string, it can be any kind of like attribute, whichever you may think. So I think I'm done with like pretty much. You can like still extend the code. Let us run this thing, which will give us more thrill, like how this whole thing is working. So yep, let me just we are done with like running our class. We have not got any kind of error. So now let us go and call this, right? What is like what is your favorite movie? Just keep the movie name here. What is your favorite movie, guys? Just keep a favorite movie name, right? I'll use that name. So what is your favorite movie? I'm waiting for your favorite movie. uh, Kali, Simba. Okay, so you are maybe kind of, yep, I'm waiting for your movie names. I'm literally waiting for your movie names. And SIMBHA. Harry Potter is something, yeah. HARRY, Harry Potter, because my boss calls me Harry Potter every time. So, like, yes, I love this thing. But Harry Potter's which version? KGF is one Indian film which I love a lot. So even you guys may be loving it. Movie. Now inside this movie, we need to get this what we say Shift tab. So as soon as you do Shift tab, so you will be able to see that ki what all things this movie is asking us to pass in a particular manner. So first thing we need to pass is movie name, release date, actor, director, producer, IMDb rating, and budget. So that's what this whole movie thing is asking us to pass on. So we will be like passing on that. Okay, so first thing goes is like movie name, that is like what we say Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I don't know what all series are there in Harry Potter. So Harry Potter, let me be like 1, 2, whatever it is. Then afterwards we have to pass on the release date. What was the release date? Let us say 12 0 like 9 1999. Okay. Then afterwards let us take actors. Actors. Who is the actor of Harry Potter? Okay. So goblet of fire. Hey, I'm just, who is the actor of like Harry Potter? What are the actors? I can't write here like what we say Prabhas or Shah Rukh Khan or someone. Like I love Prabhas. I can't write Prabhas. Redcliffe. Okay. So then goes up here like it is producers, like for example, let us say you all. Okay, then afterwards we have like what producers done. Now IMDb rating. So IMDb rating should be in a string. So IMDb rating should be in a, like what we say IMDb rating should be an integer, sorry. So it should be an integer. So let us take 8.9. I don't know how the movie was, but still. Then afterwards we have a like final budget, BUDG. Budget 100%. It will be what we say. Let us, if it's up to you guys, you want to keep it in like string, you want to keep it in like what you see, maybe like 100 to 100 crores. It may be 100%. Let me just write 150 CRs. Okay. So yep, I think we are done with our Harry Potter budget. Uh, what we missed upon? So like a movie name, then afterwards release date, then actor. Okay, we have missed upon like director. So see, that's what happens when you actually do these many kind of like different. Some director. Okay, some director. Yep, you guys are done with your program. So you guys are done with your like what we say Harry Potter. Harry Potter is equal to no, Harry Potter dot. For example, if you have to get basic details, you just run this thing. You will get the basic details like this. Okay, if you have to like get Harry Potter, this is your like what is it? This is the function which you guys have wrote to get the answers, right? So you are getting like for example set actors. If I have to set actors here, so I can set actors like what we say if my DAINL Daniel and some and you guys, right? So if I have to go and get Harry Potter dot, okay, so actors, you'll be able to see this thing. So now I'm hoping that you guys have got like what actually it takes for getting this whole kind of like how can we declare a particular variables, how can we declare like that is the attributes. Okay, variables are known as attributes inside a class, and how can we define methods inside a class. So even if you don't define this, okay, that was for our reference, but if you don't define this, still it is okay, it will work. This is what the beauty of Python is. You don't have to define any variables by default. It actually does it on its own. So whatever like variables you will keep it here, they will take it, so you don't have to write anything. So that's how it works. Like see, this much piece of code is giving us a uh, to get the whole stuff. Now what is the purpose of using self? Self is something like that. Now okay, let me get that. Self is something self, okay, this whole class, like take it as like a person. Okay, this is another person who is giving me some like input. Okay, now my name is Sai, okay, and you guys are giving me some other name. For example, you are giving me some name like Kiran, right? So if you give me a name Kiran, so I will change myself name to Kiran. Okay, so that's what is happening here in movie, right? So here by default there are the properties, these are the properties of the class movie, but you guys are giving some values. So these values are there here. What we say, hey, we forgot upon like keeping release date inside this. So self dot, so the your values will be actually going up here in release date. So release date, yeah. So your values, whatever your values were, right? So whatever you guys are passing on, these are our arguments for the function. These are the keywords, or like these are the attributes, these are the variables which are there inside the class. So this is the small difference between the both. That's why we use self in between. And Kiran Kumar Ho Kiran, huh? Okay. Yup, the last one is working. Invalid syntax. Okay, if you guys are not able to do it, I'll just give you this whole thing. Don't worry, it's there in my GitHub already. You can just go and download it from there. But still, I'll upload you. You can find me here, github.com/sai-sundarkar, and you will be able to see our GitHub projects. So that's where ITMFCS Python whole thing is. You can just go and get all the coding from there, right? So now let us go back here, and yeah, now let us go into, we are done with our program, and what is there next for us? Next there is a put a simple yes. If at all you think that we can go ahead, just put up yes here. If you guys think that we can go ahead. It's like what we say, that is, just 1 minute, I'm like finding something, right, instead of this. Hello, I'm audible to you all guys right now? Yep, I think I'm audible to you all, right? Yes. Okay. So I'm like, okay, a small glitch in internet. I don't know. We are using our mobile Wi-Fi to do this live. So 100% you can imagine what all may be going on. So yep. So 100, like let us just get back on inheritance. So now what is inheritance, and how, where do we use it? Okay. So just go and get me answer of what is inheritance and where do we use it. Just go and get me an answer. I'm just waiting for your answer. What is inheritance? What is inheritance? I'm waiting for your answers. Uh, Deriving new class from parent class. Inheritance is the capability of one class to derive or inherit into other. Deriving one class from another. Okay. आज का सेशन यही समाप्त हुआ। चलिए अब मंडे मिलते हैं। नहीं सर, अभी है थोड़ा और बाकी, असाइनमेंट देना बाकी, उसके बाद समाप्त हुआ। ठीक है सर, रिपीट योर गिटहब अकाउंट। माई गिटहब, जस्ट गो एंड सर्च साई किरण सोंदरकर on Google, you will get my GitHub account. Okay, so it represents real world relationship. Well, okay. Vivek calmly saying extends class object. Okay, so now you guys have just gave all the answers. What is inheritance? So now I'll just show you. Yep, a piece of code which I already wrote down to like see what is inheritance and how can we call inheritance, right? So now this was the piece of code which I was using for like dog, cat, mew and all. Like, let me just go into my own and we will write down something. So what can be the again example which we can write down for inheriting some properties? So inheritance actually means, okay, now what is inheritance? Inheritance kya hota hai? In next 2 minutes, if I have to explain you, first of all, that actually fully means is a program which a class. There are like we are just now understood like what is a class, right? We just now understood what is class. Now you have like one or two or like more than two three classes, and what is happening that your one class properties are somewhat similar to the other class properties. Your class A properties are already similar to class B properties. That time what you will do, you will not define and you will not write everything out of like, for example, let us say a class biscuit. Okay, a class biscuit. Now biscuit is like a common thing. Biscuit has its own wrapper. Biscuit has its own like a taste. It can be like cream biscuit and it can be like a salty biscuit. It can be kind of a Monaco, Parle G, different, but every one of them have common one thing. Okay, if I have to define two different Parle G and Monaco, or like let us say Parle G and Oreo. Okay, Parle G and Oreo, if I have to define in biscuits, what is the basic difference between Parle G and Oreo? The basic difference between Parle G and Oreo is Parle G doesn't have cream and Oreo has cream. So that's what is the basic difference. And Parle G sells for what? Some XYZ. Like, now, what are the common things in Parle G and Oreo? Both are biscuits, both are having a package, both are having some price tag, both are having what we say the nutrition amount in that. So these are the four attributes which both share, but the only one attribute they don't share is Oreo is cream biscuit, Parle G is a kind of a glucose biscuit. So that's what is the only thing they don't share. Now to just give you the same kind of example, now there are different bikes. One is like what we say normal bike. The second one is like what we say sports bike, right? So bikes. So what are the common things between the both? The common things between the both are like both have two tires, both have one engine, both have one what we say a handlebar, both have one headlight and tail light. So these are the five things which are common, but what are not common here, the bike chases which we use in like normal bikes is like a regular standard, but the bike chases which we use in like sports bike, it is like little bit tilted and all. Your KTM looks very nice, muscular and all. So these are the differences. So now let us do now to give you one more bigger general perspective. We are all animals. Human being is animal, a dog is animal, a bird is animal, everyone is like mammals, and like let you classify all this as animals. So we what we can do is like we can define a one class animal which eat, which sleep, which what we say eat, sleep, and at the same time speaks. Okay, eat, sleep and speak, these three things a particular animal can do. Now what will be the kind of like these three things if animal can, what is a dog doing different? A dog is barking, a cat is like doing meow, and a parrot is like it's singing in some its own word, and human is like talking just like us. So these are the basic differences. Now what we will be doing is taking animal as a base class, we will be deriving our subclasses. So like deriving subclasses using a base class. Okay, base class, using a base class we are deriving three different subclasses or two different subclasses. That's what we will be doing right now. Okay, so that's what is like inheritance. So let us do it and let us understand it. As just I gave you a small example of cat and meow, so let me just copy this code from here. It will be helpful to reduce our time. So yep, here goes it like yep. So class cat Okay, so we have just wrote a cat as a class and init self and name. So that's how it is. Class talk is equal to meow. But now me no. Now there can be a lot of like different categories in class cats also. But if at all I have to change it, what we say to dog. Let us change it to dog. So dog, we can do many things. Dog. Now name. Now dog got created. Okay. Dog says bow bow, for example. Then what we say, there can be different dog types that can be like Daniel, di uh, like let us take what we say, Doberman. Okay, Doberman. It has to inherit a particular class, the parent class, to a base class. We just put it like this, dog. You just have to put dog, and the same way you have to use dog d what do your class name dog dot init dot self. Inside this self you have to give one name. The name can be something like, for example, uh, Doberman. Okay, Doberman got created. Do Doberman. What are the different dog types like drinks? Like Doberman drinks. What we say, like protein shake. Protein shake, SHAK. Protein shake. It's up to you guys. Now, what are the other dog types which we can use? Okay, so we are again using some like what, Labrador, or like what, pug. Yep, pug. Pug is like having different properties that we will like call it like pug. And the pug got created. And what here, like let us take pug, pug. Pug drinks, let us take water. And if at all you have to like define height also, DEFHEIGHT, height. Okay, self print minimum height. Height as, for example, let us say 1 meter, right? Up to you guys. The same way you can define something like something different here. So def, you can define like actually like full length. For example, you have to define length here of the pug. Okay, because in pug are like very bad at their like height, so they're cute looking animals. So here you can say length, pug length is. Now what do you want me to keep here? For example, like like point 0.5 meter. I don't know, even a pug can't be like this, but it can be like more of a kind, having chin and all. It's like cute looking animal. So yeah, what we have done is we have declared a dog. This is the base class, right? So this is the base class. Okay, so using this base class, we have defined a derived class, derived class. Okay, so that's what we have done. And these both are like derived class 1 and derived class, what we say, 2, right? Using this both, if at all you run this thing, now if at all like you declare a pug, can you just name a pug? We can name a pug like what we say is Sally. Sally is a pug name, pug. And do not have to give anything. So pug got created. See, pug got created. And now if at all I have to like use pug dot, now here this is like talk. Okay, by default all the pug talk in bow bow. Just 1 minute, there is some. Okay, what is that? We have done a small mistake. Talk missing one argument. It is not possible. So just let me see it here. Yep, it was working here fine then. Okay, no worries, we will see like what is making it issue. Like length, Okay, so pug is a dog. It has to take this all. Sally is a pug. Pug dot. Okay, share. Sorry, man. We have to put Sally. Sally dot length. Okay. So yep. So we have to do it like Sally dot. What we say now next is drink. Sally drinks this. Sally dot talk. Sally's our pug. Okay. Pug says bow bow. Right. That's what it is saying. Clear? So now this is how actually like what is happening here. You have defined a particular class named as like pug, and like a dog, that is a like base class, and you have derived a pug which is actually like putting its name and all to it, and you are able to like get this thing done totally. So that's how like pug says bow bow. And if at all like I have to like doberman, so what can be like doberman's name? So doberman name can be something Viz. Viz is equal to DOBR. DO, what's that? DOBR. DOBR Doberman. Inside, just you do this like Doberman got created. Now Doberman will also speak the same thing which are common, that is talk. V is capital, sorry. Viz dot talk will be bow bow, and Viz dot then what we say like height is 1 meter. Now Viz dot what we say now next is another one more function which we have to see, Viz dot name, like okay, just 1 minute, talk, right? Doberman says like bow bow. This is just because like we have not declared any kind of name here, so not an issue. We have to just set a name first, right? Then itself it will go, right? By default we have to set up a name, then it will take it up, right? So yep, 100% guys, that's how actually you do like define a particular inheritance. So a base class goes up like this. You actually define a base class which is having common properties, then you derive like subclasses out of it. So that's how it totally works. And yep, that's it. So here goes our like final question, like thing. You have like assignment one. That assignment one is just you have to create a bank account class, has two attributes and the two methods, deposit and withdraw, and added requirement, withdraw may not exceed the available balance. In instant your initiate your class, make several deposits and withdraw, and test to make sure the account cannot be overdrawn. Okay, that's your first assignment for the day. And second assignment for the day is create a cone class, has two attributes, radius and height, and the two methods will be volume is equal to pi into radius square. This is the formula. Base service, make only one class with a function, as in where required import math. Wherever you require math function, import math function. You will be requiring math function for doing this. You will be understanding how to do it. So yep, that's it guys for the day. I hope you have understood like today's whole topic. Today's whole topic was like what are like map, lambda, and like filter. Afterwards, like what are like classes, objects, and how to define attributes, methods, what is inheritance, and how can we like call like different, how what is self. These all things we have learned, and we have done pretty much cool experimenting with movie and inheritance things. So yep, now going forward, let us go and get your Kahoot quiz. So this is your Kahoot quiz, and we have a game pen. Actually, many times what was happening, people were just directly going and doing Kahoot on the go. So yep, that's how today is your Kahoot quiz. Just go and do your Kahoot quiz, complete it, and yep, multiple inheritance possible. It is totally possible to have multiple inheritance. So like see what all I think that it will be like very much required for you guys to cover. That's what I'm covering. Okay, so for example, for being a kind of what we say end-to-end Python developer in Django or like Flask or web app base or a data scientist base, so what all skills you will be requiring, that's what I'm covering it up. Okay, so if you have any extra additional topics, just go and Google it out. If I'll be like covering it up here in this, I can do it, but the only point is like if we do it here, it will be kind of a problem for everyone else to like cope it up with that whole stuff. And yep, and I feel that because I'm working in the industry, and I feel there is a very less usage for that all the stuff, and whatever I feel that okay, very much important for us to understand, that's what we are doing. And yep, that's it. So this is the game pen, guys. Just go and complete it right now. You have 5 minutes to complete the whole day 5 quiz, and again the winner of the quiz will be getting Z5 premium accounts. And yep, that's it. So I hope you guys have understood the whole topic. In the meanwhile, like I'll just project today's like what we say this. Okay, let me just take up a question at the same time. The Google form हो गया? Google form किसको भेजा? Google form कहाँ पे? हाँ. अच्छा, no, मुझे send करना, यहाँ project करना. So just put it on the community, right? bit.fcs/member. Okay, just 1 minute. I'll just open it up. bit.ly sub small में slash fcs dash mentorship. I hope, yep, this is the Google form link for you all guys to register for your different mentorship things. At the same time, Viral will also add in like what we say, what all topics you want to like go forward. And yep, that's it, guys. So 100% bit.ly. Let me project it on the screen also. Let me just copy it for you all, right? So assignment link, along with assignment link, you have mentorship link here. We will be doing mentorship for each one of you to understand your requirements and all. This is the mentorship link. Just go and get your mentorship links also. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you for being here today, and I hope that you have understood pretty much topics today. Yep. So thank you, and let us meet tomorrow, like Monday. Tomorrow is a chutti for you all. I hope you to complete this what we say Python like what object-oriented programming 1 and object-oriented programming 2 assignments, and submit it back ASAP. In the meantime, let me just go and create here. What we say day 5 assignment. Okay, so assignment day 3, let me just put it up here, day 2, day 1, right? Submit your assignments, and the people who wanted to know that how can you submit your assignments, just go here, click on this link. This whole PPT has already been shared with you all in your mails and all. Just go here, click here, and you will be able to get the what we say this Google form where you can just go and submit it. Yesterday's assignment, Vishal Yadav is asking. Vishal Yadav, yesterday's assignment is already been live, and you have the all solution there hosted on YouTube. So 8 p.m. yesterday, as I have promised, it was already live. Just go and check it, and you'll be able to get that thing. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Any other questions you may be having, just put it on what is community.letsupgrade.in, and I'll be like happy to answer you all there. And please try like not WhatsApping me, because on WhatsApp, even if I give you answers, other people will not be able to get the answers. So don't WhatsApp us and the whole team. You just put it on like community.letsupgrade.in. There are other heroes, like I call them heroes. They will be also happy to answer that. So currently our whole heroes are like Shubham Shekhar, Kesini, Lata Shri, Yadinandra, Srinivas, Praveen Kumar, Srinivas Adda, Nikhil Agrawal. So these are Nadeem Khan, Preetam K. So these are Yashod Krishna. So So these are our heroes who are actually like helping getting answers to all the people. So just do it and complete it, guys. We will be answering it to all your questions here. And yep, amazingly going superbly fine, every one of you. Just do practice, take care of yourself at your homes, and nothing else we require apart from that. And we are always there as a Let's Upgrade, and we will be helping you across whatever you may be stuck in. That's it, guys. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care. Chalo. Bye. Meet you all later.
If it don't involve money that I don't accept.